All right, everyone. Good morning and happy Friday. I'm Senior Meteorologist Wesley Williams coming to you on a Friday morning, and it is such a fall-like morning here with dry weather moving in and likely staying in as we go into the upcoming weekend. So Saturday and Sunday will be dry as well. And we'll talk about briefly your weekend forecast, as well as a beautiful full moon that you could see on Friday night. And we'll take a look at the tropics. There's a storm in the Caribbean, which could actually play a role in helping us to see better rain chances next week. So let's get right to the weather information and talk about this morning. We have a 56-degree temperature as of 8 a.m., and that is the coolest morning temperature at 8 a.m. that we've seen in a week. And frankly, a lot of these temperatures that we've been seeing this morning have been the coolest since last month. You might remember before Halloween in mid-October, we had the little wave of chilly air back then last month. And that was actually the last time, the most recent time that we've seen 40s and 50s in South Mississippi. So that's a look at this morning's temperature map, and you can see most areas are coming in the 40s and 50s. And as we go into the rest of the Friday time frame, it's still going to be cool this morning, but we actually get some pleasant 70s into the afternoon. So if you will be out and about for Friday afternoon, this is a look at those temperatures, mostly seeing those pleasant 70s. And by the way, I know there's people involved in Friday night football or whatever else you have going on for Friday evening, and it will quickly cool down. By 6 p.m., already back into the 60s, and by 9 or 10 p.m. down into the 50s in plenty of spots. So you want to bring a sweater or a jacket for if you're going to be sitting outside for several hours for watching football tonight. Definitely plan on dressing warmly for that. Now we do have high pressure that's moving in, and that's the main reason why our weather is going to stay nice and dry as we go to the weekend. You can see this forecast for today calling for no rain and plenty of sunshine. And looking at that hour by hour, that time frame from sunset to moonrise as we go from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Will be pretty nice weather. And I think you should make plans to get outside and catch a view of the full frost moon. That's what rises tonight at 4:44 p.m. You will look to the east sky to see the rising moon, which will be just about 10 minutes before the setting sun when you look toward the west. So for a brief moment in time, the rising full moon will share the same sky with the setting sun. They'll be at opposite ends of the sky, though. There's a look at tonight's sunset, 4:59. So like I said, for just over 10 minutes from 4:44 to 4:59, the rising full moon will share the same sky as the setting sun, which is quite exciting if you're out there and able to catch the view. Now, we are going to focus on the tropics, like I said earlier, because they could play a role in helping us to see better rain chances next week, in addition to a cold front. So there's kind of several moving parts to the forecast next week. But before we get to the tropics, let's talk about the front. That's going to arrive around Wednesday here on the Mississippi coast. And look at what happens to the afternoon temperatures. We'll see plenty of afternoons above normal for now. 75 on Friday, 76 on Saturday, 78 on Sunday, 80 on Monday. And then we get some rain on Tuesday. And then the cool front arrives, and that makes the temperatures really drop. Wednesday afternoon, lower 70s, and next Thursday afternoon could be below normal. One of our first afternoons that far below normal this season. Highs in the mid 60s, maybe even lower 60s. So the weekend will be dry, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, no rain. But as you can see, we go to Monday, and the rain comes close. We'll kind of make that a little bit larger on your screen. Monday, the rain comes close. Tuesday, the rain will be on top of us, and it could be heavy. We actually have, from the Weather Prediction Center, a level 1 out of 4 risk of flooding rain on Tuesday and Tuesday night. Some of the rain amounts could be heavy enough to cause at least some isolated flooding in a few isolated spots. Nothing major, but those rain amounts could exceed 2 inches in several spots next Tuesday and next Tuesday night. Now, like I said, it is partially involved in the tropics, so we'll kind of switch gears and walk you through how the tropics could help us to see that better rain chance. The main reason we're going to see a rain chance is because a cold front is moving in, but a secondary reason is because some moisture from the tropics will help to boost the rain from the cold front. Sarah, the latest named system, And you can see that Tropical Storm Sarah is swirling in the West Caribbean. There's nothing in the Gulf. There's nothing in the Atlantic. Only one storm that's in the West Caribbean. And Friday morning, Sarah has winds of 50 miles an hour, moving west at 9, pressure 998 millibars. This is bringing a threat of flooding and mudslides and landslides to portions of Central America because of the heavy rain threat for them. But the good thing about this storm is that it's not expected to get much stronger because it's too close to land. When a storm is close to land, it's unable to get energy from the warm water when the center of the storm is over land. Also, when a storm is this close to the high terrain and mountains, those mountains can help to disrupt the wind circulation. So that's why when you look at the forecast track, you don't really see any strong intensity here, just kind of remaining at tropical storm strength as Sarah crawls the coastline of the Central America region. It looks like it will move toward the Yucatan Peninsula and maybe slowly fall apart, maybe weakening to a depression or just a remnant area of low pressure. That's literally what the forecast cone shows from the National Hurricane Center. They show the storm weakening down to a depression and then just dying, falling apart over land, over Mexico by Sunday night into Monday morning. So yes, the windstorm might die, but where's all the moisture going to go? It doesn't just vanish into thin air. And that moisture that will be there on Sunday as the windstorm is falling apart, the moisture is still going to be there. Look at the Mississippi coast. We're dry on Sunday. That orange color on top of Mississippi, dry for us. But the blue color over the Yucatan Peninsula, that's the moisture. And that moisture will be drawn northward into the Gulf on Monday. Now look, Monday, Mississippi looks dry still. And look to the west, a cold front approaching from Texas. This is that big, strong cold front that we've been talking so much about. That's going to help to steer the remnants of Sarah away from us, but not before that moisture sneaks up into the northern Gulf. You see there on Tuesday, that blue color right on top of coastal Louisiana and coastal Mississippi. So that's some of Sarah's tropical moisture helping to boost the rain potential as this front moves in on Tuesday. So that's why we could see a better rain chance on Tuesday, and that's why some of the rain could be heavy on Tuesday, because some of Sarah's or remnant Sarah's tropical moisture will be in the mix. But that will get swept away very quickly going into Wednesday. The powerful cold front sweeping Sarah or its remnants east of us and steering it toward Florida. And we'll get much drier as we go to the second half of next week. Frankly, some of the kind of driest and coolest conditions we've seen so far this season. So that's just a reminder for you. Next Tuesday and Tuesday night could be on the wet side, but the payoff is that once that cold front gets here early Wednesday morning, it will turn cooler, breezier, dry. You can see the afternoon high drops from 78 to 72 on Wednesday and then drops again from 72 to 64 next Thursday. And we could see some pretty chilly mornings in the 40s as well. That's the 7-day forecast for our coastal zone. But we also can look beyond that into the 10-day forecast, and you can see that, look, Friday the 22nd, Saturday the 23rd, Sunday the 24th, you're looking at plenty of afternoons in the 60s, so that's quite cool. And mornings in the 40s. We also have an inland 10-day forecast where usually the mornings are a little bit cooler, and you can see there a pretty cold morning, 41 Friday the 22nd and 41 Saturday the 23rd for those mornings. So quite cold to start, where you might almost be in the 30s those mornings. But if you've been looking for fall weather, then look no further than next week, because once we get past that Wednesday cold front, things are going to really start to chill out for South Mississippi's forecast. Well, that'll basically do it for our digital desk update on this Friday morning. I hope that you have a great weekend. We have nice fall conditions coming in with dry, sunny weather for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That big rain chance next Tuesday and Tuesday night, and then a powerful cold front arriving Wednesday to help dry things out into next weekend. I hope that you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you on the next video. See you, everybody. Take care.